Hare Krishna. So, warm welcome to everyone for this Bhagavad Gita study session. We continue our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and as always, actually, it should be in life that we begin our day with prayers. We throughout the day as well, we should be in a very prayerful mood, in a mood of expressing always our gratitude. Never should leave this opportunity, and also when we close our day as well. वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योग शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराण श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारण बुद्धि तमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणम् वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So we have been studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita in our previous session, in our last session. It was such a huge revelation, a big revelation. What? That we are not this body, we are spirit soul. Uh, That's that knowing just in itself, this is the a big revelation actually. And now the practice of Krishna consciousness, especially when we start chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the holy names on beads, when we associate with devotees, participate in kirtan, uh, kind of adopt in some form and shape, in some good form and shape, the wholesome practice of Krishna consciousness, we will realize actually, we'll come to a realization that yes, we are not this body, we are spirit soul. We all are carrying deep down within ourselves a very deep hankering, a very deep thirst, a very deep quest for enlightenment, for in search of happiness, in search of love. And it is through the teachings of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, big revelations will come out. And when we chant, do mantra meditation, the experience will go through would be all very sublime. So it is a big revelation. Again, see, uh, Arjuna's all his points which he was raising, he was saying for not wanting to fight, was all from his material issues they were. See, actually, any problem or any issue, any concern, say for that matter, it has to be material only. Because for anything spiritual oriented, it can never be a problem. Anything spiritual oriented, it can never be a issue. Yeah. Spirit means what? Which unites. So spirit means something which is really joy giving to the heart, something which is saturating the heart, something which is elevating us, something which is for eternity, something which is all good. I mean, growing up, we had all of us had so many problems, as in from school, friends, play, within some family members as well, some emotional problems, some physical health, and all these things. But every problem is short lived also. The thing is, we get so overwhelmed, we get so overwhelmed by it, we get so captured by it. And why? Because our identity is not clear. What is our real identity? We all are seeking happiness and we all should actually be seeking happiness. But it's just like in a wrong place, in a wrong way. So, this is the first signs which Krishna tells Arjuna that you are not this body, you are a spirit soul. Unless and until one's identity is very clear, how can one participate in life to one's full potential? So, uh, say a question: Is there ghee in milk? No ghee, clarified butter. Is there ghee in milk? On the surface of it, we do not see ghee in milk. No. Well, physically speaking, we do not see on the surface of it ghee. Yeah, that there is ghee in the milk, but we know there is ghee in the milk. How there is a process? There is a process when we boil the milk. Boil the milk and all, or make butter out of it, and then boil butter, boil the butter and let it boil at a decent temperature, and on the surface all the dirt will be coming out. On the surface first all the dirt will be coming out, and then we would be able to see, wow, crystal, ghee. So there is a process how milk actually contains ghee, and there is a way how that ghee can be churned out from milk. Physically it doesn't look just like in sugar candy or sugar cane juice. There is sugar in it, but we cannot see it. We cannot see it straight away. And there is a process by which actually uh, we can work through and go, and yeah, there's sugar. Uh, Likewise, we embodied beings. Yeah, Krishna says, na, dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara. We are embodied beings, meaning we are spiritual beings, spirit souls living in this material body. We have embodied ourselves in this body. Uh, so, likewise, how do we understand that we are actually spirit soul? When we take up a spiritual engagement using this material body. Having this material body, when we take up a spiritual engagement, chanting the holy names of Krishna, reading Srimad Bhagavad Gita, offering food to Krishna, going through the ninefold steps of Bhakti Yoga, listening the pastimes of Krishna, Kirtan, engaging ourselves in Kirtan. Again, no one in this world can say he's not surrendered in one way or other. We all are. No one in this world can say I'm not engaged. In one way or other, we all are engaged. It's just what are we engaged to? What is our engagement? So, reading Bhagavad Gita, we will find inspiration to whatever we are doing. Make it Krishna conscious. Make it Krishna conscious. Whatever we do. So, likewise, through chanting and through reading and all, we will come to a discovery. We will come to a realization we are not this body. And then bodily attachment will fade off. Why is there so much of racism in this world? It's all on the bodily platform, right? And tell me one issue which we have been able to resolve. Was it around pandemic time, Black Lives Matter? Such a huge movement it was, and maybe possibly currently also going on. Uh, well, lives in general matter, na? What to speak of black or white or brown or gray or yellow or green for that matter, or even purple as well, actually. Life in general matters. But why is there this discrimination? Because we associate with bodily color, bodily identity, all such material designations. And what Krishna consciousness will teach us that differences will still be there. Bodily differences, accent differences, Everything will still be there. There's going to be like inequality gap economically, academically, physically, and all. But still, having that gap, there shouldn't be a discrimination. There shouldn't be an element of hatred. That wouldn't be there through the practice of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, so much of this uh, thing. I mean, people, once they attain teenage years, naturally, kind of a bit, the way the society functions, the modes of material nature, we become very conscious of our looks, our dressing style, so very conscious. And everyone is becoming conscious. Everyone says, no, I do not judge anyone. I do not judge you. But everyone feels sort of judged and all on this bodily platform. So Arjuna's all arguments are on material platforms, and Krishna, first of all, is giving him his real identity. And further on, Krishna will provide us engagement as well, real engagement. So, continuing on our theme, how do we understand we are not this body, we are spirit, soul? Hmm. What are the elements in a body, say? If we take up a dead body, or doctors operate on a live body as well, right? Living body. What does doctor see? Like, say this example, someone does computer assembling, right? Or air conditioning assembling, or fridge refrigerator assembling, right? And all. How? Okay, give us the parts, the body parts and all. And one can assemble computer, one can assemble printer, one can assemble mobile phone, refrigerator, and such, so on and so forth, right? Now, what is contained in this body? Blood, bones, uh, air, some water, bile, mucus. What else? If we see, actually, the body contains lots of filth only. It's hardly, what hardly? It's nothing good residing within the body. What comes out from our nose? No smell, no fragrance. It's filth only, dirt only, which comes out. Nose, ears, inside our body. But look at the attachment. So much of attachment, so much of attraction on a gross physical sensual level, as if I unite, associate with another physical body, wow, that deep attraction, attachment. If we do not bathe for a day or two, what happens? Starts thinking. The body starts thinking. Naturally, the body starts is thinking. Otherwise, why is the need for deodorants? Why is the need for makeup and things and all? So naturally, the body is something not to be really immensely proud of, actually, but at the same time to be very respectful of. To be very respectful of. We understand Bhagavad Gita. Turnam yateta na pateta nu mrityu yavat nishreyasaya khalu sarvatra syat. So how how to actually respect this body? Why? Because this body is a tremendous vehicle. In good sadhana, we can approach Krishna, we can attain Krishna, we can attain spiritual enlightenment, we can attain bliss forever. So through this shloka and further on, Krishna is revealing Arjuna's identity. See, once one's identity, spiritual identity is revived, revealed, experienced, realized, then naturally the material identity will be taking a step back, or completely burned to ashes, all the roots of it, naturally, because then a person will be a sadhaka, he will be contemplating. Ah, sadhaka means what? Sadhana means what? Making efforts, putting efforts. And then a sadhaka will be putting efforts in reviving or understanding or coming to his spiritual identity. It's such a huge golden opportunity. So whenever like doctors they operate in this body, right? What comes? What do we see? Inside the body there's blood only, flesh, um, all dirt. So but look at that huge attachment. Why? Because this body, we all are actually searching for Krishna, or we all are searching for that eternal joy. And this human life, we know this is so valuable, so important. It's a junction. It's a junction. Everyone understands what junction means. Would like to say, Jacqueline. Hmm. So, say multiple roads cross in one place or come in one place, and from there it takes us to another multiple. So, like say someone who could be traveling again somewhere in India or say in UK could be going where some from one part of Scotland to another part of say Ireland, but there would be a junction, a connecting link which connects from one to remote part of Scotland to another remote part of Ireland. Likewise, this human form of life is a junction. huh? Having evolved, having come across so many different bodies, we have lived in cat's body, dog's body, plant's body, whatnot body, and all. And coming to this human form life, it's a cream junction, cream, real junction for us to elevate our consciousness, yeah, to elevate our consciousness and get into transcendence altogether, attain transcendence altogether. So, coming to the point of assembly, mechanics, if you give them spare parts, body parts, and all, they can assemble them and make up a refrigerator car for that matter. So many such mechanical arrangements, right? But if a scientist or someone is provided with what bones, with phosphorus, calcium, potassium, water, what all, uh, and given, okay, sir, take all these elements, take all these parts, and give us a body, make a life out of it. Can that be done? One of Prabhupada's disciple, a scientist disciple of Prabhupada, Dr. T.D. Singh, he was in the Vaishnava culture, he was in the sannyas order as well, the renounced order. His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj. Believe he was studying in California organic chemistry. He was a scientist himself, and when he was studying, he put forward this argument to his professors that he wrote a book, "Life Comes from Life," and he said like life is not a combination of matter, because if it is a combination of matter, I supply you all material ingredients. Can you create life out of it? Like if we supply someone this all elements, parts for making a laptop, one can make a laptop out of it. And then uh, what what does it need for the laptop to function? Connecting it to the power socket, powerhouse, or the electricity, right? Then everything is assembled and laptop will come about. Mm. It can be put into use then. On similar notes, Dr. T.D. Singh Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj, he told to his professor straight that, sir, if I give you all the body parts, potassium, phosphorus, and all, whatever else is required, and can you please create life? Can you create life out of it? Can you make the human being? Can you make a human being out of it? Can you make him walk, sit, and all? Not robots, not robots. No. Then how can we say actually life is a combination of matter? No? But heavily throughout यूरोप, थ्रूआउट अमेरिका, एशिया, इंडिया में तो घोट घोट के सबको पिलाया है ना ये डार्विन थ्योरी। बच्चे बच्चे को कितनी विडंबना की बात है। सहजता से हम बच्चे बोलते हैं क्या कि मनुष्य हम तो बंदर से निकले हैं इत्यादि ये सब करके। ऐसे ऐसे करके स्कूलों में पढ़ाते हैं, ऐसे ऐसे करके इवॉल्व हुआ। इवॉल्वमेंट इज ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस, नॉट ऑफ दिस बॉडी. Body is deteriorating, and consciousness can also deteriorate or evolve. But this human form of life and this association of spiritual persons give us this opportunity to evolve our consciousness. How else can we understand we are not this body? Uh, like we spoke yesterday on names. A name is something which can be changed. Ashish is my name for now. I can change it to something else. Uh, but that's my identity, but it's not my real permanent identity. Nationality can be changed, so much so that gender can be changed. People change their occupation, is it not? People change their place of residence. People change speaking languages. They never speak, might be born and raised speaking Hindi, but one may quit speaking Hindi altogether and change another, take up another language. And this is all forms part of our identity, predominantly name, place, where do we come from, sort of culture and all. But everything of all of this can be changed. But there's one inbuilt thing amongst all of us which is never changing, which is the desire to be ever happy. Anyone, even plants, even animals, if we see actually, the desire to be always feel secured, always happy. Why? Because it is the desire of the soul proper. Like an interesting case, a real life case in a southern state in India called city in India called Bangalore. There used to live a couple, a newly married couple, married for maybe a couple of years or whatnot, and they were living in Bangalore. And, nice couple, loving their married life very much. And suddenly one night, suddenly perhaps a cardiac arrest or something, and the husband he died. Suddenly one night he died through cardiac arrest, and the wife she started panicking for all good reasons, for all good reasons, all fair reasons. She started panicking that, oh, uh, my husband has passed away, died, and all. And she really worried so much so she like we opened the windows and all. She rang up her in-laws, her parents, and all, but they lived in a different city. They couldn't just come right then there. What did she do? She called the neighbors and she asked the neighbors, "Please, I'm feeling very scared and worried." Because seeing like, look at the irony. She decided to spend the rest of her life, or kind of with her husband, again, all good reasons. Eat with her, sleep with her, drink with her, everything. And now, when the person has left this body, when the person has died, she's no more wanting to associate with the body. She's no more wanting to touch that body as such. She's a bit feeling scared. Or how long actually, when a person dies, how long do we keep the body? How long? How much emotion, love we carry, sentiments we carry? But that emotion, love, sentiments is what? For the spiritual being, not this material body, for the spiritual being. So that lady got a bit frightened, a bit way too frightened, perhaps generally speaking. Called the neighbors, and then doctors or ambulance would have been arranged and all. But look, the thing is, uh, say after marriage, she would be waiting. When would my husband return from work? Mhm. And she would be waiting. And imagine it's like the husband comes, returns from work, and a bit drenched in rain, soaked up in rain and all. But she wouldn't mind touching the husband or embracing him and all, right? Even if his clothes are dirty and all. Mm. She wouldn't mind cooking or things like that. But here, The very person is lying flat altogether, but she doesn't want to spend now time with him. She's struggling to. On this note, again, say if we hear the news of someone dying, someone of our friend, relative, or in general, how is the news broken up? If you ever received a message, a phone call, or something within our family members or friends, how is that news broken up? क्या बोलते हैं, कैसे बोलते हैं जब किसी की मृत्यु हो जाए, मौत हो जाए समझो, और अगर आपको फ़ोन कॉल या मैसेज आए और डायरेक्ट आप उसको रिसीव कर रहे हो उस सूचना को, तो एक समझो एक आदर्श भाव में और एक स्वाभाविक भाव में भी, एक लौकिक व्यवहारिक भाव में, आदर्श भाव में भी कैसे उस बात को हम बोलते हैं? ये संदेश को, ये मैसेज को हम कैसे व्यक्त करते हैं? हाउ डू वी शेयर दिस मैसेज? एंड इट्स अ not just like okay something in Asia or Africa. No, it's a worldwide thing. Do people say, "Oh, such and such person has died"? Do people say, if you see in newspapers as well, many times if some big personality has died, it comes on the newspaper, right? Such and such person has died, or such and such person has left his body, such and such person passed away, such and such person is no more with us. These are the usual, right? Saying has died is a bit of a, it doesn't sound good. It doesn't really sound good. But saying it's more civilized. बहुत आदर्श है अगर uh, वो चले गए, वो नहीं रहे, उनका शरीर शांत हो गया, है ना? शरीर शांत हो गया, वो चले गए, वो नहीं रहे, शरीर शांत हो गया, गुजर गए, चल बसे, ठीक है नहीं? अब now he passed away, is no more with us, he left his body. People say like this, right? Left his body. So who left the body? Who passed away? Who is no more with us? If it's actually the material body, well, the body is still there. Like in that case, the body was still there in the room. The wife of that person was able to see the body and everyone else as well. So who left? Who died? The body only dies. The soul residing in the body has left the body. Why? Because time had come by nature's arrangement. Time had come to leave the body. Two things are very strong in life: karma and desires as well. Heavily strong. Karma and desires. How? See this. Prabhupada gives this example in his writings and classes. Someone renting a flat, a flat for rent, going to a rented accommodation. Then, first of all, I need to see that what budget fits in, what rent fits in my budget, है ना? कितना पैसे मैं किराया मैं अफोर्ड कर पाऊंगा. And also a desire accordingly, what sort of flat am I looking for, what is my requirements, priorities and desires also, what sort of flat am I looking for, house to जहाँ पे मैं किराए में रह सकूं. हाँ? अब see, now if I struggle to pay rent, if I do not have the money to pay rent, then what will happen? The landlord will give me some warning, some notice, right? And then he will ask me that please leave. You have not been paying rent. Might call the police as well, might call the council as well. That please leave. It is time for you to leave now. Why? Because your karma has run up or you're not paying your rent. And even if you desire, no, sorry, sir, we are not able to help you. You may desire to live in this flat, but you are not now eligible. You're not paying rent. You cannot afford to pay rent, so leave. Likewise, when the time is up for the soul, by material arrange, by nature's arrangement, nature's calculation, by nature's laws, The person is forced forced to leave the body. The person may or may not desire, doesn't matter. The person is forced to leave the body. This is why human life is so valuable. And nature gives us actually messages and inclinations. See, pandemic, we never as such uh, uh, kind of knew, okay, 2020 we will be hit with this pandemic. Although many spiritual practitioners and people around the globe, uh, those who are kind of thinkers, they were knowing the way the world is heading, especially so much of suffering from animal killing, so much of suffering from animal killing around the globe. The reaction is going to come about. Reaction is going to come about in the form of wars, pesticides, famines, droughts, or some natural calamity. The way we are heading and living our lives, and all of a sudden, not so much, I suppose, in Europe, but in other places, perhaps, oh, nature is on its reset button and all. And do not worry about nature. Do not worry as such about our planet. Uh, Planet nature, it has the capacity. It is more energetically speaking, much more capable to easily reset itself. And it showed to us, right, how the ways of working, everything got changed. We were forced to study from home, work from home, and so many such things and all. So law of karma desires is huge. Actually, um, in any spirituality, in any spiritual practice, if law of karma, reincarnation, desires, if there is not space for law of karma and reincarnation to understand that, then it's a very basic, narrow minded, say watered down understanding of spirituality and practice. If there is not real understanding, scope, and kind of following the practice on based on law of karma, desires, reincarnation, then it's a very simple, watered down, say, approach towards spiritual practice. And Bhagavad Gita clearly says on reincarnation and further on law of karma as well, and on desires as well. Desire again, like a couple of days before we were saying, right? Desire is a subtle element, it's a subtle force. Desire is a subtle force, a subtle energy or subtle proclivity, but it is so strong. Actually, we will see when we start practicing, we'll realize the subtle forces, the subtle energies are so overpowering, so strong. Can anyone actually see at gross level desire? No. It is through one's actions, through one's engagement, through one's participation, through one's priorities in life. One knows, okay, wow, he likes this thing. These are his desires, isn't it? Through one's engagement, participation, and all. But desire is the first thing. So desire is such a strong, subtle energy force. And when practicing Krishna consciousness, we will realize, wow, these subtle forces, elements, energies will be more gross to us, will be more visible to us. Because before practicing Krishna consciousness, spirituality for that matter, um, speaking for myself and in general, we never care to see what is in our mind, good or bad. What sort of mind am I living with? Uh, what sort of desires am I harboring, carrying? We all go in a very natural, mechanical mode. We all. And if at all we want to give shape to our life, it is only for matter only. Accumulating matter, possessing matter in the form of roti kapda makan, or all our life is towards chasing material enjoyments only. If any shift or changes we want to make in the course of our life, it is to attain material enjoyment. which is very fickle, very short lived. So, coming back, if we do not understand reincarnation, law of karma, then it's a very simplistic view of life. Very simplistic view uh, of spirituality. These are the ways if we give someone all material ingredients, just like for cooking, ingredients are required, right? And then fire. So with ingredients and using fire, yeah, fresh vegetables can be made. It's cooked, right? Uh, Many other mechanical arrangements for that matter. Likewise, if someone is given with body parts, can actually a body be made? Car can be made, yeah, given car parts. But then the car needs ignition, right? Likewise, what is it which is giving the body life? What, what is the difference between a dead body and a living body? Such questions should be discussed in society. It should be broad. These should be the headlines in newspaper actually. These should be our question and answers. If we discuss this, then again, if we realize this, we are not this body, we are spirit, soul, realize law of karma and realize reincarnation, more than 90% of our problems will be solved. We will want to make changes in our life for a holistic uh, experience or holistic result outcome. So, otherwise, what is the difference between a dead body and a living body? Make a dead person lie down, make a living person lie down. Eyes, still both have got the eyes. Legs, both have got the legs. Hands, both have got the hands and all. One is not functioning, other is functioning. What is it making the body function? Consciousness. Consciousness is the property of the soul, the energy of the soul. We deal in this world through our consciousness. And this is why the consciousness has to be elevated. International Society for Krishna Consciousness. ना अंतरराष्ट्रीय संघ कृष्णा भावनामृत. सो हमारी भावना में हम सब भावना कैरी करते हैं. हमारी चेतना में कैसे कृष्ण से हमारा अनादिकाल से संबंध है ना, अटूट संबंध है भगवान से. तो कैसे उसको उजागर किया जाए, उस चेतना में हम कैसे आए, कृष्णा भावना भावित बने हम. यही तो वैष्णव आचार्य सब चाहते हैं. वैष्णव वर्ग, वैष्णव समाज, ग्रंथ शास्त्र सब कुछ. So it's elevation of consciousness. See, plants also carry consciousness, but it is very undeveloped, very underdeveloped. There's been research done. Uh, a scientist, Jagdish Chandra Bose, sometime in mid 1900s, 1928, if I remember correct, through experiment he proved, again this word, na, proved. He proved that plants have life. Hmm? But the Vedic literature, since eternity, they've been saying plants have life. So what is there to prove? I mean, it's a bit of a silly thing, right? What is already existing, and we do some research work and we say, okay, we have proved this. Now we can, now we prove plants have life. Plants may be laughing at us. See, if plants actually get to see the experiment, to hear us. Suppose we take the report to plants and tell, okay, dear plant, you have life now. We have proved this. हाँ, सर पकड़ के हंसेंगे पेड़ पौधे, नहीं क्या? अरे अरे मनुष्य प्रजाति, तू एक ऐसी विचित्र है वास्तव में. नमूने हम नमूने. We are actually like clowns. We are like clowns. Suppose plants को पास जाके बोलो पेड़ को, हाँ, हे वृक्ष, हम जान गए, हम कह रहे हैं तुम में जीवन है अब. हाँ, बोलेगा धन्यवाद बताने के लिए, हाँ, थैंक यू फॉर लेटिंग मी नो. Plants may say, well, humans, you also have life and better understand what life you have, what energy you are carrying, what you are made for, what potential, what capacity. Plants, they are living by their consciousness, hmm, by their nature. They're following the law of nature. Animals as well. It is only us humans which have been given that freedom, higher freedom, higher degree of choice, and we are messing up with the laws of nature. We are messing it up. So Shastras have been clear about this. Some examples. Car has body parts, right? Like headlights, wheels, hmm, horn, all such handles, uh, engine parts and all. Likewise, we also have body parts. What? Feet. Car has wheels, we have feet. Car runs on wheels, we run on what? On our feet, is it not? Car has got headlights. We carry our lights. Yeah, we carry our eyes. Then car has got a horn, and I'm using my horn now. We as well have got mouth. We have got speech. We can speak. Car has got engine, body parts. We have got what? Lungs, liver, heart, and there is some ignition for the car to start. Likewise, consciousness is the property of the soul. So, Bhagavad Gita teaches us to respect our body, to respect ourselves, and to elevate in our consciousness. Not to get really sidetracked by these kind of so called say influencers. There's so many influencers, right, on YouTube and other social media platforms. Rather than giving us energy and blood, they actually drain our energy and blood for the person who is influencing as well and for others as well. This is why we say what this motivational talks and all everything. It works. Certainly, it helps. It works, but then it has the huge potential of putting someone at a stuck level, making someone stuck. But Krishna consciousness will never keep us in a limbo state or stuck us somewhere. No, it will always keep on the excellence track, on the path to excellence. So through some of these ways, we can actually understand that we are not this body, we are spirit soul. The other day, this is my hand. Do we ever say, oh, I the hand? These are my eyes, nose, ears. Hmm? So in our societal dealings, we understand first noun, second noun, third noun, right? We speak like that. How would you say in English if someone has to say someone किसी का सर दुख रहा है कैसे बोलेंगे? If someone's head is aching or paining, how would one say in English? Come on, Jacqueline, you are a young, educated girl. Okay, Jacqueline says, one would says, I have a headache. I have a headache. I'm having a headache. My head is aching. Would we say I headache? Hmm, I headache? No. Even though how strong our headache could be, we will never say I headache. Hmm, कितना ही जोर दुख रहा हो हम थोड़ी ना बोलेंगे मैं सर दुख रहा है मेरा सर दुख रहा है मेरा सर फट रहा है मुझे भूख लग रही है तो वो कौन है मैं जिसको भूख लग रही है अगर ये शरीर ही होता तो मृत शरीर भी तो बोल सकता भाई फिर क्या फर्क है मृत शरीर में और जीवित शरीर में and if this thing is brought in society there won't be honestly racism there won't be How many countries are there in this world at the moment? How many nationalities? How many flags? Any idea? Would be interesting to Google. I think some stats could be interesting. So how many countries? I think over 200, over 200 flags, nationals and all. And there is fight going on again to separate some countries wanting separate state and all. How many countries do we actually hear they are wanting to unite? That okay, two countries for that matter tell us, which have been saying, oh no, we want to unite with each other. No. And if we see the stats, say 1950, I don't know, there would have been say 120, 30, 40 countries say. But over the years, the number of flags is increasing. I wonder the United Nations building somewhere in America, is it? And I think there's in Europe, in Geneva, they have a big quarter or something from memory again. I wonder how big the building would be because I think they have got flags and all, or say the rooms in some of their rooms. If we have to keep all these 200 plus flags, the room has to be okay. No, we need a bigger room now. Why? More flags coming up. We need bigger room now. More flags coming up. Is this really union? Is this uniting us? Because at egoistic level, we do not know what our identity is. How can there be real friendship then? How is it possible? The world is searching for identity. Black Lives Matter, it was a search for identity. It is a search for identity. Brexit, search for an identity. Any other thing, wherever we see, we are searching for identity. But because we have not been blessed by a spiritual association, a spiritual friend, or divine intervention, or even if it happened, we didn't acknowledge it. So we struggle to see uh, the real spiritual side of life actually. So on this note, any question or comment so far? So on this note, maybe Harsha has got some videos for us to see. So Harsha, whenever you are ready, please share your screen. Let's watch that first video of, I believe, a pilot boy, young boy.
Yes, sure.
So Adam, tell me about what happens on landing. On landing, what happens if it's going too fast?
They say, go around, go around. The pilots go full power, then they take off again.
Okay,
After that, they go around for another approach.
okay, wow. All right.
Then, the emergency exits change all the time.
Uh-huh.
They could turn into slides or raft slides.
Oh wow, cool. And why would we do that? Why would we use the slides or rafts?
Because of emergency landings.
Oh wow. What else do you know?
I know about altitude.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What do you know about altitude? Tell me.
What I know about altitude is that that if a plane is descending or climbing, it goes into clouds.
Oh, okay, okay, wow.
The end.
Ah,
I also know that an airplane has an EPU.
an APU.
Yes, right
Oh wow. Can you point it out to me? Can you find it? The switch for the APU?
there. Yeah,
Where?
right there.
Oh wow, yes. That's in case the APU has a fire, but this is the APU switch, right?
Yeah.
Bless you, bless you. Bless him. He knows a lot, huh?
Also, some planes have a ram air turbine.
A ram air turbine, Adam?
Yeah.
And what does that do?
It gets emergency systems back on if the engines fail.
Okay.
Then the ram air turbine can help to bring back the systems.
To bring back the systems to control the aircraft.
Yeah. But due to the no engine power, the landing gear doors will not come up.
Okay. Okay.
After that, you have to do something else to
Harsha,
lower the flaps.
Oh, you have
please
to do
play
something
from
else
the
to lower
beginning.
the flaps?
Actually,
Yes.
we
Okay.
missed
You have to
seeing.
lower them by gravity.
Thank you.
So Adam, tell me about what happens on landing. On landing, what happens if it's going too fast?
They say, go around, go around. The pilots go full power, then they take off again.
Okay.
After that, they go around for another approach.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Then, the emergency exits change all the time.
Uh-huh.
They could turn into slides or raft slides.
Oh wow, cool. And why would we do that? Why would we use the slides or rafts?
Because of emergency landings.
Oh wow. What else do you know?
I know about altitude.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What do you know about altitude? Tell me.
What I know about altitude is that if a plane is descending or climbing, it goes into clouds.
Oh, okay. Okay, wow.
The end.
Ah.
I also know that an airplane has an EPU.
An APU.
Yes, right
Oh wow. Can you point it out to me? Can you find it? The switch for the APU?
there. Yeah,
Where?
right there.
Oh wow. Yes. That's in case the APU has a fire, but this is the APU switch, right?
Yeah.
Bless you. Bless you. Bless him. He knows a lot, huh?
Also, some planes have a ram air turbine.
A ram air turbine, Adam?
Yeah.
And what does that do?
It gets emergency systems back on if the engines fail.
Okay.
Then the ram air turbine can help to bring back the systems.
To bring back the systems to control the aircraft.
Yeah. But due to the no engine power, the landing gear doors will not come up.
Okay. Okay.
After that, you have to do something else to lower the flaps.
Oh, you have to do something else to lower the flaps?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to lower them by gravity alone.
Okay. Okay.
You have to drop the gear by gravity alone.
Uh-huh.
And
Bless you. Bless you. Bless him. He knows a lot, huh?
also, some planes have a ram air turbine.
A ram air turbine, Adam?
Yeah.
And what does that do?
It gets emergency systems back on if the engines fail.
Okay.
Then the ram air turbine can help to bring back the systems.
To bring back the systems to control the aircraft.
Yeah. But due to the no engine power, the landing gear doors will not come up.
Okay. Okay.
After that, you have to do something else to lower the flaps.
Oh, you have to do something else to lower the flaps?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to lower them by gravity alone.
Okay. Okay.
You have to drop the gear by gravity alone.
Uh-huh.
And if you have no hydraulics and your plane is banking right, you reduce the engine. You reduce engine 1 and increase engine 2.
Okay.
Then the plane will go level again.
Oh, wow. It's called asymmetrical power, yeah?
Yeah.
How old are you?
5 years, 11 months.
Get out of here.
Really?
No way.
I don't let me kiss
Bless you. Bless you.
You're so smart. My God, you
Bless
will be
you.
like. What you gonna do actually when you grow
Mashallah.
up? Not pilot, but what do you
No.
wanna be?
11 months.
Get out of here.
Really?
No way.
I don't let me kiss
Bless
you.
you. Bless you.
You're so smart. My God, you will
Bless
be
you.
like. What you gonna do actually when you grow up?
Mashallah.
Not pilot, but what do you
No.
wanna be?
I will be a captain,
Yes.
just like you.
Yes. Better than me. Better than me, yeah?
Yeah,
I can't wait to fly with you. Will you remember me?
yeah,
You will?
yeah. What's
Okay.
your name?
Samar.
Summer.
Samar, will you remember that? Okay. I need to meet your parents.
Okay.
All right? Shall we go?
Yeah, the flight engineer can tell the pilot if all hydraulic systems are down to 0.
Oh, wow. He can let them know, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but now we don't need a flight engineer.
yeah.
We have the ECAM, which you probably know about.
Well, the TCAS can tell
Oh.
if there is an impact coming.
Okay.
One will tell to climb, and one will tell to descend.
Oh, wow. That's what's that system called?
It's called TCAS.
TCAS. Wow.
Do you know
Good stuff.
TWS?
More power meant to climb.
Uh-huh.
Less would result in a dive and crash.
Oh, wow. Wow, we don't want to do that, do we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could see the flaps lower in the air.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Can I meet your parents?
yeah.
Let's go. You're something else. Bless you.
If you have no hydraulics,
Hare Krishna. Little genius, huh? Hare Krishna, Harsha. Thank you for sharing.
Hare Krishna.
स्क्रीन शेयर स्टॉप कर सकते हो हाँ? So how did everyone find the video? Interesting, huh?
यस भैया मतलब मैं तो वीडियो 3 बार देख चुकी हूँ बट स्टिल अनबिलीवेबल
Isn't it? So naturally, like, see, again, genius or something we'll discuss another day. There's so many things, na. I struggle to, otherwise 24 घंटे भी कम पड़ जाए. So many things, and surely the boy is a blessed boy. It raises some natural questions, right? Like seeing the video. One could be, I mean, one obvious or says, wow, how does this kid, 5-year-old, 6-year-old boy, how does he know so much about uh, the mechanics of flying a plane? Uh, the, and in good details, what is what are the functions, how is getting used and all. Now, it's kind of a bit unimaginable, like otherwise perhaps in this video also they would have said that his mom and dad are actually pilots or captains, and maybe he picked it up from them. uh, no, also from Google say and all, but the way the flow is natural, the way he's expressing and all, this much of for say someone might argue, fair enough, okay, to some extent, say he got this all this knowledge and all from where, from his mom and dad, perhaps from his parents or uncle or someone, or I mean, hard to say if he googled and learned this up and all. And don't think so in schools in America if they teach 6-year-old boy at that age how to fly a plane. I doubt, actually. America is certainly very advanced in every sense, in materially and so many sense, but yeah, I doubt. So where is this knowledge or this understanding, this much of workings coming from? Harsha, play the second video. Play the second video and play the third video as well. Because seeing this pilot, maybe something could be okay. He might have learned it from his
I don't
parents or
have the links. I think you have to share it again.
okay, sharing now.
Okay.
So someone might say that he learned it from his parents or here and there. Okay, third video link. So, but the second video link, third video link, let's see how it goes. And the fourth video link is also very interesting. All everything actually is very interesting. And there's another fifth. We won't be able to watch that, but yeah, please play second and third. And hmm,
Well, Sarah says she was so afraid of fires, she kept a bag with her favorite dolls under her bed, ready for a quick escape. She was brought back to her past life to find out why she'd been so afraid of fire. Why were you so afraid of fire?
Um, well, I saw myself. I was a young girl. I was about 11 or 12, younger than I am now. And I lived in a farmhouse about 100 years ago. And I saw myself getting up one night. And I felt there was smoke in the air. And I was panicked. I was on the second story of a farmhouse. I ran out into the hall. And the only escape from the house would be down a staircase. It was down the staircase to the front of the house, and it was covered with flames. I saw flames crawling like up the banister and on the wall and on the floor, and I was completely panicked. And my first reaction was to find my parents. So I ran across the hall into my parents' bedroom, and by the time I got in there, I had run through flames to get through there, and my nightgown had caught on fire. I dropped on the floor to try to put it out, and I looked around. My parents weren't in there. I felt frustrated. I was panicked. I was thinking, why didn't they get me out? Why didn't they try to help me? I knew that I couldn't get out. I felt that I was choking, and then I think at that point I passed out. I don't remember anything more.
So this is why you feel now you had such a fear of
Yeah,
fires.
I
Now,
think so.
being regressed and recalling this other life where you apparently died in the fire,
Yes.
did that now make your certainly understanding of why you had the fear, did the fear then go away
Yeah, it did. I unpacked my bag from under my bed.
with your
And
dolls?
yeah, I wasn't afraid of it anymore. And I had such a fear that if I saw a fire on movies, I'd go into hysterics and I'd cry. And I haven't had problems with that since. So I think it really helped. Whatever it was, it helped.
Now, I wanted to ask you, having been regressed, recalling a past life, does it make you fear death less?
Um, well, from what I saw, death, it was over quickly. And it was probably 30 seconds of panicking and being afraid, but then it was over. And I remembered looking down on the house. And once I had died, I just felt there was no pain. It was kind of a relief. So, yeah, I guess I'm not as afraid of death. If that's what it's like, that's what it really is like. It was painless.
Hi, YouTubers. I'm excited to give you an update about
Tiu says that when her daughter Leah was 2 years old, she talked with amazing clarity about how she had died underwater. Is that true?
Yeah, it is. We were driving in the car. She was in the back seat, in her car seat.
How old is she now?
She's 5. She'll be 6 Friday.
Okay.
So we're driving in the car, and she says, "Mommy, this is just like where I died." Like, real excited, not upset or anything, just kind of very matter of fact.
At 2 years old?
Yeah, she was about 2 3/4.
So then you say, honey, you didn't die.
I said, well, Leah, what are you talking about? She goes, she says, I was in my car and it fell off the bridge in the water and I died. And so I pulled off the road because I was a little stressed. And she said, and I said, well, where was Mama? And she said, you weren't with me that time. Which
This is what your 2-year-old said.
Yeah, she did. That got the exclamation points going. And I said, well, who was driving the car then? And she said, I was big. I could reach the pedals. And she has no clue that you need pedals to drive a car. She's 2. She's in the car seat. You know, there's like no way she could know that. And I said, well, what happened? And she described, she said, well, I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. And she is absolutely a fanatic about seatbelts. Everyone in our presence that knows us, she is going to make sure they have a seatbelt on. She will not get in the car without one, and neither will anyone else. And she said, well, I didn't have my seatbelt on, and I fell out of the car. And she said, and she put her hand up on her, and she said, Mommy, I was laying on the rocks. I could feel the rocks on my head. And she said, and see the shiny bridge, and she points up, she's looking up, and she says, see the shiny bridge and the bubbles going up. She could see the bubbles. Now, she has she has never seen television at that point in her life at all. And how would she have any knowledge of bubbles rising? You know, she doesn't swim, she doesn't put her face in the water. And she said, I could see the bubbles going up and see the sun on the bridge through the water.
This is what your 2-year-old told you?
Yeah.
Hi, YouTubers.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, bhaiya.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Harsha, for sharing those videos. Okay, any thoughts on the videos? We watched 2 videos, 2 more, right? First of all, like Diksha, Harsha, you would have seen these videos in our previous sessions. Others seen this video before or something similar? So no. And if I say no, many of us wouldn't have seen such videos before. Many of us actually, I feel, or many would have seen and many would not have seen as well. And this is not like a again, this is not like a comedy show or some fun show. Wow, it's so cool, it's so interesting. It's so fashionable. Oh wow, this is interesting. And then next thing, oh let's go for a bike ride or this and that. Huh? No, ऐसा नहीं है वाओ यार मजा आ गया यार क्या बढ़िया चीज भी है मजा आ गया इसको देख के अब क्या करें चलो भाई क्रिकेट लगाओ क्रिकेट आ रहा है क्या करें चलो दही बल्ला खा के आते हैं पापड़ी चाट खा के आते हैं चलो क्या करें शॉपिंग करने चलते हैं अरे चलो वहां चलते हैं मॉल में चलते हैं so videos like this and something they're not actually just for fun say or these are to poke us a bit to poke us and provoke amongst us some thought process to provoke yeah this is the sign of a living person who is actually contemplating who is contemplating who is inquiring human life begins when there is inquiry human life begins with inquiry so when we ask into the fundamentals of life birth death old age disease suffering why my body is giving me pain why my own mind is giving me pain and other suffering from nature and here and there so my life is meant to inquire so in this video the girl first video the girl like this one one of the videos, the girl was a bit scared of fire, right? Was very scared. Phobia is it called? Huh? So she was having a phobia with fire, say, and why? Because in a previous life she left her body, she died or left her body in a fire accident, and now the see the impressions are so strong because of a sudden unwanted change of body. But now look at the beauty when she actually regressed or got to know that well I left my body through fire in my previous life, and this is why I'm carrying this fear and all. Now she's so calm, she's so peaceful. Well, I do not have any fear now from fire, and also from death for that matter, although she's quite young, maybe in her early teens something. And as we grow up, we again take so much of layers of material covering, or layers of material covering, meaning we take much so much of identity and definition in life. See for yourself, when you were 10-year-old, you had some identity and definition in life, right? Some meaning, purpose, understanding of life. When we were like 15, 20-year-old, some again meaning, purpose, definition in life. When 25-year-old, 30-year-old, 35, 40-year-old, some more further different meaning, identity, purpose, definition of life. So that girl had a phobia with fire, fear with fire, which got resolved through her regression. And now she herself said, right, what? That is just a few seconds thing, and nothing to really worry about. Actually, that is just a few seconds thing, but the problem is attachment, attachment to body, attachment to bodily identity, attachment to bodily relations, to material desires, unfulfilled. That is the problem. This is the fear. Attachment to ignorance, heavy, deep rooted. But if we understand again reincarnation, the law of karma, then we can make our way into some spiritual practice. And when we start chanting Hare Krishna, then we directly put ourselves in the a loving relationship with Krishna. Then it's a directly invocation of love for Krishna. In this other video, 2-year-old or 3-year-old, right? That girl, how does she know about car or pedal and this and that? And she's saying, look, look, again, this is not for fun. She's saying, mother, I used to drive then, I was a big girl then. I used to drive cars. Mother, dear mother, I myself was a mother then. है ना? मेरी माँ, मैं भी तब माँ थी, मेरे भी बच्चे थे, मैं गाड़ी चलाती थी, है ना? तो सोचो ऐसे हम कितने माँ बने, कितने बाप बने, क्या नहीं बने हम। जिंदगी में हम सब कुछ बने हैं, लेकिन भक्त, शुद्ध भक्त नहीं बने अभी तक। कच्चे पच्चे ही पक्के ही भक्त बने भी हैं, तो कच्चे पक्के ही भक्त बन रहे हैं बस। बाकी तो लॉयर, डॉक्टर, इंजीनियर सब कुछ बन रखे हैं भैया। खेल खेल में खेल ही रहे हैं ना। इस खेल खेल में क्या हो रहा है हमारे साथ? खिलवाड़ ही हो रहा है, खिलवाड़। हम ही ये संसार संसार का खेल खेल खेले जा रहे हैं, और इसमें खिलवाड़ ही हो रहा है हमारे साथ। In everything almost, not so beautiful person, everything, but also maybe devotee as well, but always half-hearted, as they say, half-baked cookie, half-baked devotee sort of, not pure pakka devotee. And this life is a chance to revive our Krishna consciousness, to immerse ourselves in love for Krishna, to understand our identity to begin with. So reincarnation actually is simple. It's not at all confusing. Rather, it helps understand so many things. It helps appreciate variety in life. Not just appreciate, it helps value, respect variety in life. That as well. Huh? It helps, and it will help us not to take life, not to take us also too seriously when it comes to material upheavals. Again, another fact of life or thing. When it comes to material upheaval, we shouldn't take ourselves too seriously, too seriously. Or material situations, upheavals, even material progress, material so-called progress or material so-called failure shouldn't be taken too seriously. Yeah. And anything spiritual oriented, yes, we should be very serious for it because we never know how many breaths have we got left. We never know. So these are some things to actually. भारत में कितनी विडंबना है देखो. हाँ, बच्चा बच्चे को पूछो ना आज के डेट में भी गली मोहल्ले में शरीर और आत्मा पता है भाई. हम शरीर नहीं आत्मा है ना. शरीर शरीर नाश्वर है और ये आत्मा अमर है. शरीर नाशवान है, एक दिन खत्म होने के लिए है. और फिर उसके बाद चलो भाई बैट बॉल लाओ, बैट बॉल खेलेंगे अब, है ना. हम शरीर नहीं आत्मा है. भैया एक पान बनाना, मीठा पान, है ना. भैया गोलगप्पा देना, हाँ भाई हम शरीर. उस हिसाब से जस्ट वी गो अबाउट. और किसी को बोलो 4 लाइन इस पे और बोल दे भाई, थोड़ा और समझा दे. नहीं जी, बहुत मुश्किल है. बिकॉज क्या करें, भागवत गीता नहीं पढ़ रहे ना, भगवान की वाणी नहीं पढ़ रहे हैं, और चला मुरारी हीरो बनने, है ना. वही हाल हो रहा है भाई, वही हाल हो रहा है. Ignoring Bhagavad Gita, and now we are trying to make progress in life. We are trying to develop ourselves. We are trying to bring good to ourselves, bring good to society. We are trying to really show care, concern, and all. Everything will be a very half-hearted attempt. So this is all to shape up our life. विडंबना है ना. Yes, Harsha, go on. You were saying something.
No, nothing.
Okay, so more video, and then this video should let us know even more nicely on reincarnation, on desires, on law of karma as well. There's lots and lots to say, and time is always mm, we uh, we are always short of time. A sadhaka will always find himself short of time, है ना. 24 घंटे भी एक साधका को कम पड़ने चाहिए वास्तव में जीवन में. एक शुद्ध भक्त को तो 24 घंटे भी कम पड़ते हैं. Even 24 hours is less in the life of a sadhaka, in the life of a spiritual practitioner, in the life of a devotee, in the life of a pure devotee, sure. Because every moment he wants to, he is a pure devotee. Every moment is Krishna conscious. He's always in internal bhajan and external as well. Okay, Harsha, please play this other video whenever you are ready. And one thing say, why we saw this videos, huh? एक बार अच्छा स्क्रीन सकते हो. It's unable. Anything West is very, India gets very crazy about it actually, by and large. Uh, Again, India is also trying to find its identity. Everyone is searching for identity. Everyone is wanting to claim, no, I'm this. No, this is my personality. This is my personality. This is my personality. And someone may say, well, you are also saying this only, है ना. This you Hare Krishnas, तुम लोग भी तो यही बोल रहे हो, पहचान पहचान इत्यादि ये सब. Yeah, but this is a timeless wisdom, Baba. Yeah, this is the identity of the soul. Soul means something for eternal. हमारी इच्छा हमेशा सुख रहने की है ना। अब समझो अगर हमें पता चले हम शरीर नहीं है, हम आत्मा है, इफ वी रियलाइज वी आर नॉट दिस बॉडी, वी आर स्पिरिट सोल, हाँ, हाउ हाउ मच रिलीव्ड वन विल बी। अगर समझो फॉर एग्जांपल समवन इज वेरी ओवरवेट, हाँ, and someone is underweight, say someone is too tall, someone is too short. But if at a society level or at an individual level, if I realize I'm not this body, तो फिर मेरे को परेशानी नहीं होगा ना. I wouldn't be feeling disturbed by having this overweight or underweight or uh, tall or short or whatnot and all. Or if suppose someone is, again everything is relative and everyone is good looking, no one is ugly as such. If someone is uh, good looking, say, and all, but if he knows that I'm not this body, I'm a spirit soul, then a wise person will not get bewildered by his bodily looks. So Krishna is saying, na, a sober person is not bewildered by such a change. He is expecting us to become sober, and a wise person is never bewildered by bodily looks, even though he may be looking very beautiful, handsome, again relative sense, or not so beautiful or handsome, but he wouldn't be so carried away by it. So carried away by it. Oh, look at me. What do I look? How do I sound? And all. The whole of Krishna consciousness is to genuinely become humble. To genuinely become humble. Not to show to be humble. Not to prove. Not to make others think that I am humble and all. No, it is to genuinely become humble. So why this? See, someone may say, okay, this reincarnation and all, it's not a thing in the East only or India only. No, it's a worldwide thing. And by the, say, with this advancement of technology, everything has its goods and bads. At least now we see someone in America, someone in Europe having these things and all, and it's coming now on YouTube. है ना? So हम देख सकते हैं इससे कि भाई अमेरिका में भी सब जगह ऐसा है ना, तो समझने की बात है इसको. It is not something Indian made sort of thing or Eastern made sort of thing. Earlier, actually, if you check in 70s, in 1950s, 60s, 70s, there would be more cases, and even before that. But why? They were suppressed. They were suppressed because in Europe, in America, and other places, even now, the societal dealings and the culture, if a young girl or a boy speaks on reincarnation or afterlife or says something, generally they would be suppressed in the society, even though they themselves may not be belonging to any faith or practicing. But no, this is not the normal norm. But now at least we see. So, something to actually discuss. Death is a very covered up thing. That is a covered up thing. What happens in many parts of the world, in actually in majority parts of the world, what happens when a person dies in terms of ceremonies, funeral ceremonies? The person's body is put under a coffin, right? Put inside a coffin. Can I say that is like a covering up the body? Huh? Covered up in a coffin. Some funeral agency is called, है ना? Some funeral agency is called, and that please come, we have a dead body and we want it to be buried. Could you do all the formalities and everything? So a funeral agency is hired, and it is a thing actually. I think whole of Europe and America also in places that you hire a funeral agency. A person will come, they will put the body in a coffin and put a garland on top of it then, and nicely decorate and all, take it in a car, and you family members can follow, reach to a burial place. Now one may want to do it in a religious ceremony or a non-religious ceremony, but still go to a burial ground, bury the body. Burying the body is what, again a cover up, can I say? It's like 6 feet under the ground or wherever, bury the body. So cover up the body and all, and then yeah, offer some prayers, maybe religious prayers, reading from some religious scriptures, holy scriptures, or in general people share their thoughts and all, and then there's a gathering in the evening or later on in the day, same day, they have a going to maybe a pub or somewhere and having some talks, speaking about the person, sharing some food and drinks and all. Now, uh, in Vedic tradition, what is done in Vedic setting? The that person's body, the body is actually the family members. The family members, please note, the relatives, family members, they tie the body in a wooden platform. अर्थी ना उसमें मृत शरीर को बांधते हैं. Before doing that, they wash the body. The body is washed and all, and it is sometimes flower garlanded or some dress is worn and all. And every family members come and all, relatives, friends, neighbors, they cry, they sob. Then the wash, clean the body, make it lie down on a platform, a wooden platform, earthy में है ना, और उसमें garland and all. And then a procession is taken out from the person's house to a nearby distance. May not be all the way to crematorium ground, depends if it is nearby or something. It could go a procession, walking procession, all the way to crematorium ground, or certainly there is a short procession. And in that procession, everyone sees the wooden platform, the body lying dead and on the top of that wooden platform, wrapped generally in a white cloth with some flowers around and all. Eyes are closed, uh, cotton buds put in nose and ears, faces face perhaps can be seen but closed, or sometimes face is also covered. But at least the wooden platform and the body person, the procession is seeing. And at that time, what prayers are being chanted, है ना? Prayers and who is carrying? Family members, again, not some funeral agency person, no hiring someone else. What else is going on? Some prayers are chanted, generally what? Ram Nam Satya hai, है ना? Ram Nam Satya hai. What does it mean? The holy names of Krishna, the holy names of Lord Ram, the holy names of the Lordship is only our shelter. And if such a procession goes, generally we live in slumber. Honestly, we are living in deep sleep. हम तो माया की गोद में सोए पड़े हैं आराम से. It really, lots and lots of prayers is required to invoke a transcendental awakening, a spiritual awakening. कृपा चाहिए बाप रे, वैष्णवों के चरण धूलि की पे प्रार्थना करना, कृपा चाहिए, तब जाके कुछ वास्तविक रूप से ये एक आध्यात्मिक जीवन की शुरुआत हो अच्छे से. So the effect is what? The neighbors, society and all can see, oh look, such a person passed away without notice. Who gives a notice and passes away? Huh? And look, what is the final journey? Finally, what is said? राम नाम सत्य है ना. फाइनली यही बोलते हैं ना, राम नाम सत्य, मतलब भगवान का नाम ही काम आने वाला है वापरे जीवन में. तो जो बाद में काम आना उसको शुरू में उठा लो ना भाई, उसको शुरू में ही करो ना. If God's name, if God is only our shelter, preserver, abode, or guardian and all, then why do we realize or leave it at that? Why not right through our tender age? Why not right through from the beginning? So देखो वैदिक सभ्यता में वो चेत he's like living impression, giving a warning that that person is giving a warning to others. Wake up, wake up, wake up and see. And then the body is taken to a crematorium ground, है ना, शमशान घाट, निगम बोध घाट में लेके जाते हैं ना. And there the body is buried, sorry, not buried, the body is burnt. So, or who burns the body? The family members and all. There is normally a priest and the family members and all. They burn the body. So to see that and burn with the body, burning away material attachments, burning away material grudges. So many grudges we hold. So many grudges. Oh, my dad was not good to me. My mom was not good to me. My husband was not good to me. My wife was not good to me. My children. But burn away, burn away. जलाओ उन सारी जो इतना हमने काम, इतना क्रोध अगर किसी के प्रति ले रखा हो, और ऐसी कोई इच्छाएं भी, उन सबको जलाओ। और वो शारीरिक, संसारी शारीरिक मोह वासना से जो संबंध है उसको भी जलाओ जलाओ। So to burn, or one can see na in front of one's physical eyes, seeing that the body is being burned. This is the destination of the body. And then the ashes are taken away. Ashes are kept for some funeral rites, prayers, and all. And ashes are then given out as oblations in holy rivers. फिर क्या रखते हैं? शोक सभा रखते हैं ना. There is a grieving ceremony being kept for generally 5 days, 7 days, 14 days, 13 days. And then go to a holy place, take the ashes there, feed the brahmanas, do charity, put the ashes in a river. All this process is what? To awaken vairagya, to awaken renunciation in our life. Detachment from this body, from this matter. चमड़ा है, चमड़े से आसक्ति हटाने के लिए, है ना? और आध्यात्मिक spiritual attachment to bring about a spiritual attachment in life. Ultimately, see, the body has this destination only. Doesn't matter how one dies, road accident, in a hospital, in a jungle, wherever, the body has this destination. What? Either burned, either the body is burned, or the body is buried, or the body is eaten by wild animals, by insects, wild animals and all, in jungle or wherever, rotten vultures, eagles and all. There's no other thing outside of this. Look, so much of pampering for this body. The body is in itself is a source of disease, a pain for everyone. Can anyone say I'm very healthy and fit? I do not have any bodily problems. No. The body in itself carries what? Dirt only, filth only, inside and out. The body smells, it stinks if we do not take bath and all. And when leaving the body also, this is what the destination is. बॉडी तो भैया, या तो ये इसको कौन देखो, जब जीते रहते हैं तो समाज भोगता है ना? संसार भोगता है, ऑफिस वाले भोगते हैं, सरकार भोगती है, माँ बाप, सभी भोग ही रहे हैं शरीर को, है ना? शरीर सभी के लिए। अंत में अग्नि को स्वाहा, जल को स्वाहा, इधर बॉडी ड्राउन्स, है ना? हु इज द अल्टीमेट केयर, व्हाट्स दैट वर्ड, हु इज द अल्टीमेटली, और रहते हुए भी शरीर का मालिक एक प्रकार से कौन है? शरीर किसके पाले में, किसके पास जा रहा है? देखो, जब जी रहे होते तो माँ बाप, बच्चों, समाज, संसार, व्यापार इत्यादि, उन्हीं की सेवा में लगा हुआ है शरीर। और मरने पे या तो अग्नि को, या पृथ्वी को, या जल को। सो while living, the body is serving, or the body is at the disposal, perhaps say, at the disposal of whom? Of family members, parents, relatives, children, partners, or office, uni, and all this. No. And once the body is passed away, died and all, it is at the disposal of fire or water or earth. सोचो। तो वैदिक lifestyle is not living in illusion or cover up. Burn the body right in front. Get rid of that attachment, bodily attachment. What's the point then again next year going to that? We do not see next year going to that burning place, crematorium, and again putting any flowers or anything for the body. The soul has passed away. Yes, surely next year there some again some families do some rites and ceremonies and puja, worship, rituals and all. But that is for the journey of the soul. Journey of the soul. Any thoughts, comments, or questions? No point living in cover up. No point. है ना? And one should not worry. I'm Doesn't matter. That's not the thing. If someone is overweight, then do nothing about it. No, one should do to live a physically healthy life. Why? Because when physically one is healthy in a good body shape, one can do bhajan, one can do sadhana, one can do spiritual practice nicely. One would be able to chant more attentively, read more attentively. Yeah. So that ways look after the body, but never feel. So many people they feel so discouraged, na, because of body or because of language or speech. In many in India, if English is not good, oh, it's such a shame. Like people feel very self-conscious. Oh, I cannot speak good English. And if any person who has been to school, college, uni in India, say, and can speak a bit of English, oh, he's a sound guy. He's very learned. He's intelligent. Just knowing English. Well, knowing English or any language for that matter doesn't make any person intelligent. No, real intelligence is when one understands the difference between body and soul. That is real intelligence. Then one knows the purpose of life. Then one knows the basic definition of life. Otherwise, we are living in illusion or cover up only, right? ओके दीक्षा अभी के लिए हर्षा इतना ठीक है चलो दूसरा वीडियो आप कौन सा दिखा रहे हो वो दिखाइए गजब गजब के हैं ये भागवत गीता के एक एक श्लोका में देखिए बहुत मैसेज है और धीरे धीरे सब प्रकाश में आएगा जब हम नाम जब भी सही से शुरू करें प्ले कर लिया हर्षा
माझी दुकान पे लिख रही है स्टूडियो वाला कोई भी कहानी पता पड़ेगी भैया ले गया अच्छा लिख के
New Vichy Lift Active B3 Serum to visibly fade dark spots in 8 weeks.
New and improved Cetaphil cleansers defend against 5 signs of skin sensitivity.
Hare Krishna. So we've been experiencing a bit of internet issue. Harsha, did you watch the video? Not able to see the video on my screen actually. हरे कृष्णा आ रही है क्या आवाज हर्षा? म्यूट में हो हर्षा अगर बोल रहे हो तो। Harsha, Diksha, are you all able to hear us?
Yes, भैया.
ओके, वीडियो देख ली क्या आप लोगों ने?
नो भैया.
ओके, मेरा इंटरनेट थोड़ा सा ऑफ हो गया था. हर्षा, आर यू स्टिल देयर? ओके, मे बी वी लीव इट हियर. वीडियो कल देखेंगे, ठीक है? We leave it here now that it must be getting late for Harsha also, I feel. Huh? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.